Yeah, how you doing today? So, for today's video, I'm going to be grading every attacker and every defender with the new season that just came out. Had some time to finally play with the new operators. So, let's get cracking. So, I'll show you all my loadouts, but gonna start off with Sledge here. I'm gonna have to go B. I'd say a solid B for Sledge. Obviously, it's really hard to hear his breaching hammer. It's nice and silent unless you're literally right next to it. Then he pops out of nowhere, and then you're just like, "Oh my fucking god!" And you're already dead. I like to use the shotgun and SMG combo. Obviously, as you see there, it's lethal. So let's say a solid B for Sledge. Moving on to Thatcher. Thatcher is a necessity, especially in ranked. You always need to have a Thatcher, or I guess you could have a Twitch too, but Thatchers are just so much easier to mess with. Yeah, if you see my setup here, I like the AR-33 with him, Claymore, and he's got his EMP grenade, so I'll go with that A- for Thatch. Ash. Nothing, or not enough can be said about Ash. Ash is one of the best attackers. The scale I'm going through is A through F, and there will be an S as in special, as in one of the best players. I would give Ash an S, but I'm only saving that for a couple of the operators, probably like 2 on each side. I'm gonna have to give her an A+. She's got a really small hitbox, and obviously she uses that 3 speed to her advantage. So yeah, solid A+ for Ash. Who you want to be? Thermite. Thermite, with the evolution of the new characters with Habana, I'm going to take Thermite down to a B. Unfortunately, he has to come up right to the reinforced wall to plant his Thermite, but his gun makes him a solid B, and the fact that you don't have to really use more than one Thermite on a reinforced wall get some there, but he's kind of come down a little bit. I used to have him as an A, but personally I have him down to a B, and there's the loadout I usually use for him. Twitch is all too powerful F2. I like that a lot. In this case, I'm gonna have to go with A-, same as Thatcher. I mean, Thatcher and Twitch has the better guns. Thatcher has the better equipment in my book, even though you can shock people. If you got a team that's on it, they're just going to be waiting, or a mute in a good place can easily shut this down. So I'll stick with that for her. Montaigne. It really depends for Montaigne. I'm going to give this dude a C-. I don't like to use shields, and Montaigne is pretty much worthless unless you have a teammate, because it's just, I don't know. I have never been killed by Montaigne one-on-one, so I shouldn't say never, but practically, I'm going to probably actually say never. I can't remember being killed. I've been killed by Blitz. But Montaigne is just, he's not in it, man. Don't mess with him unless you have unless you're game planning with the rest of your team or something, man. So stick him at a C-, D+ range, but yeah, fuck him. So next we got Glaz. Glaz has really come up a lot. The smoke grenade and the thermal attachment combo makes it almost impossible for enemies to see you. Depending on what map you're on, I'll give Glaz I guess I'll give him a B+. He's right there. His use is really good. He can still shoot down the castles, but he can't really get through reinforcements. But like I said, with the smoke grenade and the thermal op, he's pretty much a good choice if you're especially on like the presidential plane and stuff. So there's Glazzy. Fuse, I like Fuse a lot. You get, especially for beginners, I feel like Fuse is good. Those grenades get you some nice cheap kills, especially when guys are camping the objective. Lately, though, I'm going to probably have to dumb him down a little bit to like a B minus, C plus. He's really been not those grenades. I think they might have nerfed those a lot because I feel like I just getting too many hit markers with those, not hit markers, but too many times where they have not killed anyone, and I know the person's like in that freaking room, and it just does not kill him. So I like to run the light machine gun with this guy. Get the sight on there. It's pretty much money. You rarely ever have to reload. If you're reloading with that gun, you have a problem because with how many shots it takes to put someone down, that shouldn't be the case. Let's see here. Next, we got Blitz. Blitz is a C, solid C, C plus. The flash comes in handy. I mean, another shield that's, unless you're really good with them, I'm gonna kill you. You know, if you're fucking Blitz, I'm gonna kill you. So it's really not gonna work out for you too much. I'll go C plus with him, I guess. Just a little better than Montaigne, but not too much. IQ, her guns are great, especially now with the new operators. She's coming in handy, so I would like I'd give her a B plus also. She gets killed really quick, but she's also got a small hitbox like Ash. Buck, nothing more than a Canadian badass. Freaking Buck, you know what? Give him Buck. I'm gonna stick him to a B, solid B. I got a lot of B's going, but it's tough to get the A's and the S, man. I mean, Buck's good, but you can shut him out of areas. But actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to give Buck an A because they revamped his shotgun, and holy crap. If you don't believe me, ask Reeves, man. That thing took out half of a garage. So I'll go with A with Buck. I like using Blackbeard again now. They kind of upped his shield up a little bit. I'll go A minus for Blackbeard. Very solid. That's the setup I used right there. Be nice and quick about it. They did help out Capital with gun wise, but with his equipment wise, he's still he's still actually worthless. So I'm gonna go C for Capital. Sorry, buddy, but until they get that fire to actually do damage to people and like touch them, you're gonna stay that. Hibana's an A to me. That Type 89's lethal, and so is her gadget. The Ectobarium, whatever the pellets or whatever you call them. They do good. I'll stick with her with the 8. Jackal is the first S, and I'm probably gonna say the only S on attacking. And now that being said, his gun is great. And his shotgun is great, even though some people don't know how to fucking use it. And his gadget is great. I mean, the pings, can't tell you enough how much it helps the team out. And like I said, his gun and the way he moves, I feel like for a male character in this game, he has a smaller hitbox too. So I'm gonna go with the S for him. And Ying, man, I have had a tough time blinding people with her. I'm actually going to give her a D. For a new operator to be this worthless, it is just ridiculous. I could see if you're playing hostage, she might come in handy, but like I said, man, I've had countless times where I'll hit like 2 or 3 of her gadgets in there, and it's, I believe, 4 flashes each come out of her. It's 3 or 4, I can't remember exactly. And I feel like I do not get anything. Yes, I would rather have Montaigne than Ying. And if you're telling me, well, what are you talking about? She's so good. Yeah, you must have had better luck than me, because it's been all trash since I've used her. So moving on to defenders, Smoke. I was just asking him for a smoke. I'd like to use the FMG 9 and SMG 11. I'll give Smoke a solid B minus, C plus. He's not bad to have, especially if you're good with his FMG9. But I feel like the range that the Smoke covers now isn't isn't as big as it used to be, and it doesn't do as much damage, man. I would figure if someone is running through that shit, it would do a lot more damage to you than what it does now. So I'll stick him at that. I like Mute. Mute is still always valuable, still always great, especially in ranked. But his guns are trash. They have not given him any love at all. So based on, okay, I'm gonna go B minus for Mute, and that's just because of his gadgets. His gun sucks. Like, they need to give him an ACOG or something. Poor Mute, man. That's sucks. Castle here. I'm gonna give Castle a D plus, or just a regular old D at this point. I mean, it's not impossible to get through a Castle. It's pretty, there are so many things you can use now to get through it. It's just, I can't remember the last time I had a clutch or had someone on my team like we won because of Castle. So Pulse is pretty much out of the game. I don't see anyone playing as him anymore. I would probably say if they should fix that by making his shotgun OP again like it used to be. I don't know why they changed it up and why they gave him such a shitty update with this last update. But I'll go ahead and I'll give him a C, just because no one really uses him anymore. His gadget is still clutch, but his shotgun dumbed down a lot. Doc, I mean, healing your teammates, you get the boost, but it doesn't matter in this game, man. If you get a shoulder shot or a headshot, it's over. I'm going to stick to B minus, C plus for Doc, and B minus, C plus for Rook also, just because you get the armor plates. But like I said, man, anything to the upper body / head, those plates don't make a difference, so it's like kind of worthless at that point. Capcan, I'm going to have to give him a C. He is just, I mean, I don't really see people being him lately. They need to go back, because I want to say it was, oh man, which one was it? Favela that season. Favela and, man, the map that Jackal and Mira came out with. That, when they updated him on those, you could barely see the laser. Like, now it is too distinct, man. Like, his gadgets suck. I like to use the shotgun, obviously, you see there, but his gadgets are terrible. They need to fix those, and they need to fix them now. Tachanka is the only F that I'm going to bring up. Just F. They failed when they made Tachanka. It's terrible, man. They need to find a way to, like, okay, look at what he has on his head. You think you'd get a headshot on that thing? That thing's bulletproof. I mean, if you got it through the little Cyclops sunglasses area, I could see that. But, man, they did him dirty. They need to either take him out of the game or do something. Maybe cover his whole body with the shield. Jager is an S. He is one of 4 operators that I'm giving an S on the defense. They are just his gun. His gun and his gadget, both together. I know they took the ACOG off, but it's too clutch. The other S I'm going to give, just because his gun is just badass, is Bandit. And now that they give you, now that the batteries take out drones, like as soon as a drone hits it, it's awesome. It's awesome having Bandit. Frost is a solid B. I gave her an A last season, but if I don't know, she just doesn't feel right anymore. I don't know if they messed with the gun, which I feel like they did. I feel like it shoots a little slower now, but I'll leave it at that. Valkyrie is B minus, C plus. Cams, the gun is just as shitty as ever, but if you're good at getting headshots, obviously it's gonna be good still. Let's see, Kuvira, I'd stick B plus, A minus. She's got great worth. interrogating. Echo, personally, another D, C minus, D plus guy. His gun fucking blows, man. It sucks, and his drone is good, but you take that out and he's pretty much worthless. Mira is going to be a C. Not really feeling her anymore. It's too easy now. Everyone knows the Mira tricks and how to take them out, and she was good in the beginning, but now the value's gone. Lesion, one of the new operators, S. Walk around like I got an S on my chest. His gadgets are great. You know where they're at on the map when you put them down. If someone takes it out, you know someone's coming that way. His gun is great, the SMG. Impact grenades. He's fast. He's got a smaller hitbox for a guy character, so I'm giving him an S. And then I'm going to give Ela S for exactly the same reason as Lesion. You got the concussion grenades that go off. You know where someone is. Her Scorpion Evo's a beast. They did it right with these new characters on the defense. I would have liked to see the attacker, Ling, have something better, whether it's her gun or whatnot. But they did her dirty. But yeah, that's my take on the operators and the grades I gave them. Like I said, man, it's they need to fix some guys. In like for Tachanka, you just need to take them out of the game if they're not gonna hype them up. So I know Reaps is gonna be coming at you with his grading scale of the attackers and defenders, but that was mine. Obviously, I'd like to get your guys' input if you think someone has better techniques or better guns and I'm just not seeing. Please feel free to comment and let me know whether you disagree with what I said or not. Like I said, I welcome it. I'd like to go a little more in depth, but that shit would just take too long. I'm already at 17 minutes, so this is Bees signing out. Have a great rest of your nights.
Oh my fucking god!
Peace out. Sledge.